Hey everyone, how are you doing? So before I start this video, I'd like to mention that I was looking into my channel stats and I found out that a lot of people watch my videos and they haven't subscribed to my channel yet. So please do subscribe. It will motivate me to make more videos like this. So in a previous video, we have seen that how to build an end-to-end generative AI project. So we have built that generative project from scratch and we have already deployed this as a model serving endpoint. If you haven't seen that video yet, please do check that out because this is a continuation for that particular video. We have also seen how do you use that model serving endpoint in a playground. So basically you can use this and you can talk to your endpoints here. But this is something that you'll not share with your user, right? So playground is mostly to test your models and see everything is happening properly or not. Databricks, you can create Databricks apps. So what's the idea of this app? So if you go back to model serving endpoint, you will see if you click on query, you will see that there are different ways that you can use this particular endpoint, right? You can use curl command, you can provide your Databricks token, and there is a URL that gets, right? So if you just close it, this is the URL. So this is nothing but this is the endpoint that you get and where you can send a request and you'll get your response. So you also can do that in Python. You can also use SQL. So basically you can use AI query and provide your model and you can define your request here. So in our example, we'll be using Python, or we can use Next.js or JavaScript to just call this particular endpoint and get our response. Let me show you that how do you do that with Python. This is a very simple request code for Python where you define the URL. So this is the URL that you get for the model serving endpoint, and you define the token. This is the personal access token that you can do it. How do you create it? You go to settings, you go to developer, and you go to access token. This is where you will create different tokens. So you can generate new token like for test, and you can define how many days you want this token to be active, and then generate this one, and you copy this token because you won't be getting this token later, right? So if you close this, you won't be able to see that token. Then use that particular token here, right? So like for testing purpose, I'm just hard coding it here, but it should really come with secrets or some other means, right? Then you define the headers, like this is the authorization token that you need. So this is like a simple, like how we always talk to Databricks endpoints, right? So this is nothing but this is just another type of endpoints. Then the payload, this is the payload that we are sending. So role user, and the content is type is input text, and the text is what is fully. So this is basically my question, right? Say you can call this as an endpoint, and this is the output that you will get. So basically this is the idea. So idea is that you build a web app and you do the coding inside it so that you send some request like this, and once you get the response out, you just print it in the web page, right? So you can always build your custom app to do it, but Databricks already has some templates that you can use to deploy this chat, to deploy a chat interface application that you can use, talk to different model serving endpoints. Let me show you that. So I'm in the fifth module, that is deploy generative AI. So this is the project that we have been working on, and all this code is given in the description. You can check out this code. So I'm in deploy the generative as a web app, and this is the link you should go into: build and share a chat UI with Databricks apps. So what Databricks did is Databricks already provided you some templates for Databricks apps that you can use to deploy it. So while I recorded my first video for this series, I have used a Streamlit app, but Databricks recently released one Next.js app. So this is written on JavaScript, and this template is already given, so you can use this. So even for this video, we'll be using this particular template, which can be used on the production. So this is a very well configured app that we have. So there are instructions given here that you can follow. Let me follow it one by one so that you understand how do you do that. Okay, so first you configure a Databricks config profile. So basically I am naming this as a Anirvan decodes. Then you log into the authentication, right? Because you want to authenticate your your client to Databricks. So this is how you'll do the authentication. So first thing first, you have to define a configuration profile. So I'm naming this as Anirvan Decode. So you can give any name here. It will take you for the login page. I had already logged in, so I'm not getting that login page. So basically you have to choose your email ID and password, whichever you are using for the free edition. Then this will be authenticated. You can go to, so there is a detailed readme file that is given for this particular project. Go to readme.md file, and this is the template that we'll be using. So right, so this is called as end-to-end chatbot app next, and you just follow this particular instruction. So first we are cloning some templates from GitHub. So you go to app templates, and this is the project that you have, right? So I'll go to that particular project and I'm here. So these are all the templates that you get, right? So for us, like, we are concerned on end-to-end app next. So basically there is also a app chatbot YAML. So this is basically the Streamlit app that you can use. But for this demo, we'll be using this app next demo, but because this is written on Next.js, which looks good, and like you can also use this in the production, right? So now we are here. So basically, like, this is created with Databricks asset bundles. So we'll be using the asset bundles to deploy this as a model, right? But there is one thing that you need to change. If you go to Databricks YAML for that, you will see that there is a serving endpoint that exists here, right? So basically our web app will talk to this model serving endpoint, and we have to give this model serving endpoint name here. So you can uncomment this one and you can go to your model serving endpoint. This is my model serving endpoint name. So I'll just paste it here and I'm back to the document page. And now this is very simple. You have to validate your bundles. So this is like a usual step that you do for asset bundles. And if you're interested on database asset bundles, let me know in the comment section. Then I'll think about making a video on top of it. So first you do asset bundle deployment. So now your bundle is validated. So it means that I'm deploying from this particular user, and this is where my files will be pushed, right? Once this is done, you can start deploying the bundle deployment. Now the bundle deployment is done. Then now we'll start the app. So you can run this command, database bundle run database chatbot. So basically this is the app name that we give, right? So basically start this particular app. So no, this is the bundle name, but if you go down, you will see that we are creating apps and we're naming this as database chatbot. So we'll just start the app. Now you see the deployment is done. Basically it will start the app. It will prepare the source code for new web deployment, and then basically it will start your app with npm run start. Why this? Because this is a node deployment. So if you go to app.yaml, you will see that we are starting this as npm start. So to look for the app, you go to compute and you'll see app section. This is where app will reside. And just remember, in Databricks free edition, you'll be only able to create only one app. So if you're trying to create another, it will show error. So you delete the previous one and you can create a newer, right? So this is the app name that we have given, and this is where your source code will look like. So source code is nothing but this is just a replication of what you see it here, right? So whatever you see here, like it has app.yaml, it will have databricks.yaml, so everything else that you need, right? This is where the bundle deployment will be done, and this is where your whole app code will reside, right? This is just a tech bit for Databricks apps. And you'll also get a URL. So this is how you'll access the app. And there's one important thing that it does. It adds an app resource. Basically you'll have so this is your model serving endpoint. So your Databricks has a can query permission to query that particular endpoint. So this is like a permission model. So you are giving your app permission to read from this model serving endpoint, right? So that I added as a app resource. This is all you need to understand from the app perspective. And you can also check out different sections, like you can check the how many deployment you did, what's the log, what's the environment looks like. So this is the Databricks app. Basically, what's the runtime? So this is running on Node.js, because this is a Next.js project which we are running on Node.js Node.js runtime, right? So I think this is all you need to deploy this as a model. Now let me go to the app. Let me show you how does it look like. So you can click that particular link. So this is the newer template that Databricks has provided. So you will see this as a Next.js. This is a very modern looking UI, and you can start talking to your endpoints here. See, you got the response. So we can just ask the same question, like tell me all the refund policy in detail as a tabular format, and it will go and use look for this retrieval tool. Basically, it knows that I have to use the document search retrieval tool, and it will get all the documents as a result, and then it will tell you all the response for it, right? Yeah, I think this is a very good starting point for you to deploy this as a web app. So you see that this is so easy to deploy this as a web app in Databricks app and start talking to your model serving endpoint. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a like and let me know in the comment section that what are different type of videos that you would like to see in this particular channel, or maybe in this particular playlist, and I'll make more videos as such. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. It motivates me a lot. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.